Hello everyone, I am Mohsin Gulab and my group member Nasir Ali. Today we are going to present our presentation on SVC allocation using PSO algorithm considering varying load conditions. Our supervisor is Engineer Shoaib Ahmed and co-supervisor Engineer Muhammad Fawad. In this whole presentation, we will cover the following content: problem statement, introduction, literature review, SVC, PI controller, simulations, PSO algorithm, and results. So first of all, problem statement. Reactive power flow from generator can cause line losses, poor voltage regulation, and power factor problems. Therefore, to design a such system which can absorb as well as generate reactive power locally. It will improve voltage profile and power factor due to which power losses could be minimized. It should have capability to work during peak and underload conditions. System should be capable of supplying dynamic reactive power. Introduction. In a power system, load varies from time to time. Reactive power varies accordingly, which results into unacceptable voltage variations. This affects the performance of system like power loss, voltage regulation, and power factor. When large amount of energy are produced in remote locations, transmission lines are needed to connect generating site to load centers. Increase in transmission voltages are strongly associated with a reduction in transmission losses. SVC can perform various tasks such as regulating the output voltage by supplying or absorbing reactive power locally, which reduces line losses. Voltage can also be enhanced by improving the power factor with insertion of SVC FCTCR. Therefore, a dynamic shunt reactive power compensator is needed to address these issues more effectively. This can be achieved by using flexible AC transmission devices such as the static war compensator, SVC. The demand of electricity is increasing rapidly, but we have limited resources of power generation, resulting transmission line being severely loaded, suffering stability, unstable voltages, and reactive power challenges. Reactive power support at a weakest bus helps to improve voltage levels. We have reviewed total 32 research papers, in which we have selected only 6 research papers and mentioned in this slide. So, first of all, titled as Analysis of a Laboratory Scale 3-phase FCTCR based static war compensator, in which Khajana Abeng Parbi said in his research paper, SCC adjusts the susceptance in each phase by controlling the firing angle of a thyristor controlled rejector. Another research paper have been reviewed titled as Analysis and Modeling of FCTCR based on static war compensator. Alperen Pekmer said in his research paper, with the SVC reactive power compensation is performed quickly and accurately, especially for high power loads of the system. And other research papers also have been reviewed, modeling and simulation of static power compensator based on FCTCR. Ali Kos said in his research paper, SVC device is based on a power electronic system, therefore they can control and interface quickly reactive power drawn from the network or given to the source. And other research papers also have been reviewed titled as Design and Analysis of SVC using System Identification. Temboli said in his research paper, the FACTS technology and methods for totally deregulating the power system by the use of power electronic devices. The static power compensator is a shunt connected device that regulates voltage and reactive power at the power systems. Another paper has been reviewed, application of static power compensator with PI controller or grid integration of wind farm using harmony search. Krishna said in his research paper, to improve the system's power quality and efficiency, power factor correction during load transient using an SVC static power compensator. The last, I have also reviewed a research paper titled is Design and Implementation of Laboratory Scale Static Power Compensator to demonstrate dynamic load balancing and power factor correction. Vianney Mattei said in his research paper, the main advantage of SVCs over a simple mechanical switched compensation schemes are in general cheaper, higher capacity, faster, and more reliable than dynamic compensation schemes, such as synchronous compensators like condensers. The aims and objective of my FIP said a dynamic reactive power compensation, voltage stability, reduction in transmission loss, increased security of transmission line, power factor improvement.
This is basically the flowchart of our FIP. First of all, we design a standalone single-phase SVC circuit. Then we move forward for the three-phase SVC circuit. Then we design 5-bus and 14-bus system in MATLAB as well as in PSAC system. Then we find the optimal position of SVC where should be installed by using PSO algorithm, and this is how our project goes on. This is basically the schematic diagram for a single phase HVC circuit and the two thyristor, which one is for the positive cycle and other is for the negative cycle, which is totally controlled by a gate pulse or gate secretary. And this is the capacitor, which is supplying constant megawatt into the system. And this is basically the implementation of single phase circuit into MATLAB circuitry by using Simulink blocks. This is for the positive cycle and this is for the negative cycle, and gate pulse is being provided into the thyristor, and this is alpha dependent voltage, alpha dependent output voltages which is appeared at the output. And we extend this model into three-phase system. The only difference between single phase and three-phase is phase delay, which is 120-degree apart. And this is output of the previous circuit, and basically we use 10 megawatt of a capacitor and 12 megawatt of an inductor. Initially, when 100% inductor is into the system, only 2 megawatt is at the output. 10 megawatt is compensated by this capacitor. By regulating the value of firing angle, the output at the system varies. It means when we change the firing angle, now system is towards the capacitive dominant after 59-degree alpha degree. So after 59, there is a break-even point. System is neither capacitive nor inductive in nature. When we change the firing angle, so the output system is now injecting reactive power into the system. When we talk about at 180-degree, only 10 megawatt which is being supplied into the system. This is basically the firing angle versus voltage curve. When we talk about zero, means now inductor is 100% into the system, so the input voltage is at the output voltage. By changing the firing angle, the reactance of the inductor decreases, so the output decreases with respect to firing angle. When there is 180 firing angle, means now the thyristor inductor is no more in the system, so only capacitor is in the system, so voltage at inductor is zero. After that, we design fiber system in MATLAB as well as PSAC system. The main purpose of designing it in PSAC is for the sake of PSO algorithms. So when we add capacitor bank, it is much more easier than MATLAB. After designing it in PSAC, we add capacitor bank on each bus, and we have taken the value of power generation, total reactive power generation, and the value of capacitor that is being installed at each bus, and the total power losses, and this is the voltage at each bus. Basically, to find the optimal position of SVC, we have to use the technique, which is the technique we have used is PSO algorithm, PSO particle swarm optimization. It will tell us the most optimal position of SVC, where it should be installed for the sake of to minimize the losses. So PSO is particle swarm optimization. It needs a function. So the function we have designed, which is totally based on the capacitor value bank and the voltages and the total power losses. Basically, the PSO is totally influenced by the birds. In the PSO, the bird is a particle and food is a solution. So P best value is a personal best value, and it should be improved with respect to the previous value, and G best value is a global best value. For suppose I will add a capacitor bank on bus number 5 and then increase the value of capacitor bank. Now the voltage improve and power factor improve. This is the peak best value. when we talk about the overall system, this is the global best value. PSO, as I told earlier, PSO need the object function. So our object function is comprises of capacitor value and 1 upon voltages and the power losses. The lesser the value of capacitor bank, the more optimal place it is where we have to install a capacitor bank. This is the output of our PSO algorithm. It is basically converging with respect to time. This is basically output of a PSO algorithm. It is converging to find the optimal position of the SVC. So it has converged on bus number 3. It means bus number 3 is more optimal place for the allocation of SVC. Then we use 2 swarms, 3 swarms, and 4 swarms for the convergence of SVC on a bus. By using 2 swarms, the system is now converged on bus number 3. The best position for the SVC is on bus number 3. In 3 swarms, the best position for SVC remains same. It is basically on 3 bus, and by using 4 swarms, now the system is consistent. It is the better place for the placement of SVC on bus number 3. This is basically on bus number 3, we have installed our SVC. This is measurement block, and we have now used another technique for the controller. For the controller, we have input the total losses of the system by using the general formula, which is by adding the total generation and subtracting the total load of the system to calculate the losses, and which is feedback to the controller. This is basically firing. This is basically firing angle adjustment. This is PI controller, and losses are input into the system, and these are the thyristors which are being provided individually firing angle to each thyristor. And this is 3-phase system. This is basically a schematic diagram of our controller. We have input the measured losses, and this is the minimum losses of the system. And PI controller has to adjust its firing angle in such a way that it has to match that reference losses. And this is the implementation of this schematic diagram into PI controller. This is the output of PI controller. It is adjusting this firing angle in such a way that it try to adjust or increasing its firing angle in order to compensate the total losses to reference losses which are input to the system. And this is system losses which is decreasing to the reference losses by adjusting the firing angle.
Now, the measurement of IEEE fiber system. Without placement of SVC, we found that the generator 1 and generator 2, the total generation is 171.4 kilowatt, in which we have losses of 6.368, and we have also added a load of 165 kilowatt. So, though this figure shows that the losses with optimal placement of SVC, the generation is same, that is a 171 kilowatt, as well as we have added load of 165 kilowatt. Now the losses are minimized due to the optimal placement of SVC. The losses are 6.011. Variable load. After designing a static load on IEEE fiber system, so we move for the variable load on IEEE fiber system. As my title is SVC allocation using PSO algorithm, but its last part is to considering the variable load conditions. So we move for variable load. So in this, I have used slider bar for changing load, but in this we have load by slider. So we move for automated load changing, as we know that the load varies from time to time. So we need to design a such system which fulfills the requirements. Then we designed a equation named as Gaussian curve equation. Basically, this is a Gaussian curve equation. So, which we have considered that the load varies for 24 hours. So this graph showing that the peak and the base load on our whole generation system. Basically, this equation is designed in a MATLAB program. After designing a standalone variable load, so we start placing that variable load on IEEE 5 bus system, in which we have two graphs we have considered: firing angle curve as well as reactive power generated by the source. As the reactive as my load increases, the firing angle start opening and it generates reactive powers and opens falls off. Variable load. After designing a standalone variable load, we move towards placing it on IEEE 5 bus system. So basically there are two graphs are showing firing angle curve and reactive power generated by the source. Basically, firing angle it changes when load increasing or decreasing. Of reactive power, load increasing and decreasing. When we need our reactive power increase, the angle start increasing. When the load we don't need much load, the angle start decreasing. So it totally depends on load. So the below graph showing that the reactive power flowing from the source. At first, it starts flowing from the source after maintaining and our system going to be in a stable position. So it starts flowing constantly. After designing IEEE 5 bus system, so we have expanded that IEEE 5 bus system into IEEE 14 bus system. So basically, we have designed IEEE 14 bus system in MATLAB as well as in PSE software. So basically, our purpose was to check whether the both circuits working fine or not. After designing IEEE 14 bus system, now we move for the placement of SVC. So we need to place optimally the SVC on IEEE 14 bus system. So first of all, we have used the PSO algorithm for the optimal position of SVC. In this PSO iterations, we have used three swarms, basically three swarms showing that the three class of birds. In x-axis, we have used the iteration number, and in y-axis, the optimal position of SVC. So in this way, this is showing that it starts convergence on 23rd of the iteration, and showing that the bus number 5 is the best and optimal position for the placement of SVC. So after that, we have used 4 swarms as well. Means 4 swarms means the 4 class of birds. So in this PSO iteration, same in x-axis we have used the iteration number in x-axis, and y-axis we have used the SVC location. So in this it's showing that on iteration number 9, it starts convergence. So and showing that the best optimal position of SVC is bus number 5. So another point we have also added here, in over and under load condition, the optimal position of SVC do not change; it remains constant. The optimal placement of SVC in IEEE 14 bus system. So basically, we have already designed IEEE 14 bus system in MATLAB. So we have already calculated that the best allocation for the position of SVC is on bus number 5. So we are start placing it on bus number 5 for getting the minimization of losses. In this regard, the load is added up to 59, and the power losses are 13.7 kilowatt, which are given to the input to the PI controller. So in the below graph, this graph showing that the losses start getting minimization with the help of a PI controller and get steady state at 13.7 kilowatt. So this basically this graph showing that the voltage profile of IEEE 14 bus system. After designing IEEE 14 bus system in PACC software, we start placing capacitor banks on each bus. And we come to know that the best optimum position for the placement of SVC is bus number 5, in which we have placed a capacitor and found that the voltage are enhanced in it and the reactive power flowing from the capacitor maximum from here, and the losses are very minimized. Thank you.